Assalamu alaikum. I am Muhammad Ishan Arefin Sir, and today I'm going to take the last mock test of IELTS speaking. So I welcome you all to this mock test. And I guess this will be the end for me in this IELTS lessons for this batch, for this current batch. So I hope that those of you who have joined this Zoom and those of you who are watching from me using the YouTube link, you guys will be having a chance to give your mock test for the IELTS exam. So I hope that you guys already know that and you are prepared for your mock test already. So for your information, I'm going through the basic rules of IELTS speaking again. So you will have three parts for the IELTS speaking exam. In the real exam hall, you will be asked question in three parts. So part 1, part 2, and part 3. Part 1 will be introductory short questions. So they will be expecting short answers from you guys. So I suggest you to answer those questions using 2 or 3 sentences. Then there will be part 2. In part 2, you will have a chance to pick a cue card in a lottery system. So your cue card is not fixed. Even your examiner does not know which cue card you are going to pick. So it's kind of a raffle draw. So when you draw a cue card, then you'll get to know about your discussion topic and some questions. So you will have to discuss on that particular topic written on the cue card for 2 minutes without any interruption. So that's the part 2 of IELTS, and I have taught and I have conducted many classes based on the cue card so that you know which strategies you have to follow to make these 2 minutes of uninterrupted speech fruitful. So I hope that you guys will follow those strategies for today's mock test as well. The third part is a discussion, two-way discussion, like having a conversation with someone. So they will be asking you, the examiners will be asking you uh, descriptive broad questions. So you have to answer using more sentences than the part 1. So there will be 8 or 10 sentences for answering one particular descriptive question in the IELTS speaking test part 3. Here you have to describe your answer. Do not forget that there is a distinctive characteristics between the part 1 and part 3 questions. Part 1 is supposed to be introductory short questions. You are answering it in 2 or 3 sentences. Part 3 is supposed to be the descriptive one where you are answering using 7, 8 or 10 sentences with descriptions and examples. So that's the basic. It kind of uh, very easy, but if you get nervous, it is also understandable. But it will take around 14 to 15 minutes in the real exam hall in the IELTS test. But here, as we are going through mock sessions and we do not have that much time, our mock session will be shorter. So in the mock session, it will not take the same time as the exam hall. We will be comparatively um, short in duration. So I now would like to start the mock tests. Is there any volunteer who can you can raise your hand and I'll give you the chance to start the mock test. So just raise your hand in the Zoom if there is any volunteer, otherwise I will call by name. Okay, I will, oh no, I have already got one. I am asking you to unmute Tasfia Tahsin as you have raised your hand. Can you hear me, Tasfia?
Yes, I can.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. So let's start. Mm. So may I know your full name?
My full name's Fastia Taslim. You may address me as Ian.
Okay. What work do you do actually? What do you do? Tasfia, am I audible? What do you do
Actually,
exactly?
I'm a student and I also do a part-time work.
All right. Do you like
I
your
work
job?
in a library as a librarian. This
Mm-hmm. So
library is
do you
located
like
in
your
my
job?
local area.
Are you getting my questions? I asked you, do you like your job?
Actually, I cannot hear anything. Yes, obviously, I like my job because
Mm,
of I feel more satisfied when I do this.
okay. So, do you think the language English is difficult to learn? So, do you think English is difficult to learn?
Yes, it's really hard to learn English because it's not our mother language, and that's why it's hard to anyone to learn
Okay.
it.
Um, so, do you prefer drinking tea or coffee?
Actually, I prefer to drinking tea because of in my area this tea is growing very well and large number, and that's why I love to drink.
Okay. So, we'll be moving towards the second session, the keyword session. So I'm going to give you a topic for the cue card. Just bear with me.
Okay, where is my book?
It will be just a moment. I'm sharing the cue card with you guys. I hope you can see the cue card.
Yes.
Okay, you can take 1 minute. After that, we will be starting. So those of you who have joined in the Zoom, you can raise your hand if you want to be in the queue for the mock test. Otherwise, will not be called. So please raise your hand if you want to be in the mock test. So start.
Okay. Well, now I have decided to talk about a female leader that I would like to meet. teacher. His name is, she is our country's prime minister, and his name is Sheikh Hasina. She is a very a nice looking person, and I love him very much because of his many good habits and many good criteria. So the main reason why I find him fascinating is that she is a very helpful person to help the poor people in my community, and she tried her best to develop our country in many ways. She made a new project to improve our country and to develop our country. And he is a very helpful person because of she helps the poor people by his work, by her work, or by her giving them money. And as well as she developed a new project or new idea to develop our country. And in my future, I would like to meet her by about himself, and I would like to meet with him for many reasons. First and foremost, I want to know about his life story and about him, how she can gain his aim. And in my future, I would like to.
Please continue.
And
We cannot hear you, Tasfia. You are not audible.
sorry.
Maybe there is some problem with the internet connection. That's very unfortunate, Tasfia. Because we cannot hear you at this moment, I'm going to move on to the next participant. Thank you, Tasfia. So the next participant who raised hand is Muzalfa Sheikh. Muzalfa Sheikh, are you there? Can you hear me, Muzalfa? Muzalfa, we cannot hear you. Your mic is not working, I guess. You are already unmuted, but I cannot hear you, Muzalfa. If you can say something, or you can text me here in the Zoom as well, if you're talking or not, Muzalfa. You're absolutely unaudible. So, okay, just as you're facing some problem, I will go to the next participant. All right, Faisal, are you there? Faisal?
Yes, I'm there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Are you interested for the mock test? Are you ready?
Yeah. Obviously.
You're ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, so let's start. So what is your full name?
Well, my first name is Nazmul as well as my surname is Faisal. So, however, please revert to me my given name, Nazmul.
Nazmul. All right, Nazmul. So, do you like to see the sky?
Sorry.
Do you like to see the sky?
Yeah, obviously, I love to see sky because there is so many bird also. So that's why I'm a, I like to see natural. That's why.
Okay. So, do you wear glasses?
Uh, Sunglasses.
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah, actually, to be honest, not every time. Every now and
Mm,
then I wear glasses because when I utilize my computers, that times I utilize.
okay.
Otherwise, I'm not.
So, have you tried foreign foods ever?
No, I'm not. I remember that I not that. Yeah.
Okay. So, now I would like to move on to the task two, the cue card. I'm sharing the screen with you so that you can see the topic or the cue card. Just a minute. It will be not very long. Uh, the same cue card for you. Can you see the cue card now?
No, no, I don't. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So you can take 1 minute for the preparation and then you will be starting.
Okay, okay.
Those of you who want to be in the queue, please raise your hand using Zoom. So in the Zoom, you will have an option to raise your hand. So just check the Zoom app and raise your hand so that you can be standing at the beginning part of this virtual queue. Um, so Nazmul, you can start.
Okay. Actually, in my view, to be honest, I wanna talk about my female leader whom I like. So this is not none other than our Sheikh Hasina because she is doing mind blowing for our country, and she is developing our country day by day. So she is doing so many projects for us. For example, recently she has completed one Padma Setu. So that's why I like her a lot, and she is in police. Sorry, in everywhere she's give providing job who's are jobless, so she is providing them jobless. And when she become prime minister in 15 year ago, so that time she is developing our country, and she is doing mind-blowing job for us, especially who are the student. They are not getting job easily in before in 15 year ago. So right now for them, and job is so great, and they also give getting job opportunity great. So for overall she is doing for us magnificent job. Actually, to be honest, it is my dream when I will get any chance in my future. I want to meet with her. Every student or every people who one of the people is dreaming that they will meet with prime minister. So for me also same, I wanna also meet in prime minister Sheikh Hasina when I will get any chance in my future, like I said that and mentioned that. And for not that only, she is helping poor people who are not available. They have lot of funds. So she is helping who those are destitute people also. And you know that in Sille there is
Thank you, Nazmul. Your time is up. So we are moving on to the uh, part three actually. So I guess you already know about the part 3. I hope you already know about the part 3.
Yes, sir.
So what kind of characteristics you think that a leader should have?
Yeah, to be honest, I think leaders should have three things. One is they wanna, yes, she wanna or her wanna know what need people in public, what's her need. So that thing, one thing, and another one thing is leaders should be careful and uh, be genius for see all the things. And number three, I think that leaders should be know about people they want, what they want to need. So prime minister should do that poor who will lead us. Yeah.
Okay. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of traveling by air or traveling by plane?
Yeah, advantage is, I think traveling is most of the people is that they wanna travel in plane, and it's most of the people. And advantage is that they wanna see that travels. And number three, disadvantage is, I think that
Okay. So imagine you are the leader of your organization. It may be a university, it may be a school or something. Maybe you are the leader of your school. So how would you cope up with that leading position? So how would you lead?
actually, to be honest, I will I will get any chance in my life or like the leader. So definitely, I will help most of the people who are in destitute people. And actually, I love to communicate with people. So when I will get my leader chance or opportunities, or that times I wanna conversation with them, who what they or she or her need, like that. I will communicate with them.
Okay. Um, Thank you, Nazmul, for
Welcome.
your participation. You have tried well. Even uh, I would like to mention the good points about your mock test, that you are fluent. That is one fact. Sometimes you stop while you talk. That's a bad thing. But in general, you are fluent. But sometimes when you are out of words or out of sentences, you just stop. That's not a good thing to do in the IELTS exam. So try not to stop totally. Try not to get silent totally, because then the examiner will have negative impression about your fluency as well. So as you're fluent, if you're out of words or out of sentences, that's for all of you, this suggestion. Just try to make something up, just try to tell something else while you are thinking about what to say next. Try to say something else which is not related to the answer. Maybe you can say that, just a moment, I will describe you the facts. So by telling this sentence, you're taking 1 or 2 seconds, right? So that's how you should cope up with the issue of thinking about sentences. So if you get totally stopped or totally silent, your band score will be going down in terms of the fluency as well. Your grammatical structure is not well developed. You have major problems while you talk, but sometimes you can uh, use your grammatical structures properly. So yeah, I guess you know your you know your grammar, but you forget to implement it. And the word selection, the lexical resources is not that much well developed. So you need to implement, you need to use more vibrant words. So more vibrant words are necessary to get a good band score in terms of the lexical resource. So those were my feedbacks for you, Nazmul. And in my opinion, for today's exam, I'm giving you a good band score, 6, but you have all the opportunity to improve this band score even to a 6.5 if you practice more. Thank you, Nazmul.
Thank you, sir. Thank you a million for giving me this feedback.
All right. You're welcome. So I'm moving on to the next participant. Reshma, are you there? I'm asking you to unmute,
Yes, sir.
Reshma.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Okay,
Can you
so
hear me?
are you ready? Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes. Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay,
I'm ready.
so what can I call you? What's your name?
Actually, my full name is Muhammad Reshma Khatun, but you refer to me as Reshma.
Okay, Reshma. So, what places do you think are often crowded?
Uh, actually, at present, I live in a capital of a country. The name of my country is Bangladesh, and I think all the capitals are crowded because there are lots of offices, there are lots of vehicles, and so on. That's why all the capitals are maybe crowded.
Okay, so how do you feel when you are in a crowded place?
Sometimes I got bothered, but maximum time I will enjoy to live in our capital because there are lots of facilities in our capital. So I don't really think about this topic. I get
Okay,
so many so many
all right, no problem.
facilities.
So,
Facilities.
uh, do you wear glasses?
No, no, sir. I don't wear glasses because I have a good eyesight, I think.
Oh, good for you. So, do you keep small plants at home?
Yes, I like gardening. I take care of my some um, small plants, such as some flower plants and also some fruit plants.
All right, all right. So now we'll be moving on to the next part, which is the cue card. Just give me a moment, I'll show you your cue card.
Yes.
Mm, okay, just a moment. I'm finding a very easy one for you. I hope you'll like the topic. Um, can you see the topic, the cue card?
Yes.
All right. So 1 minute for the preparation. And those of you who are here wants to join, just raise your hand and you will get called by the serial. So as you can see your cue card here, Rishma, with the questions as well. I hope you're ready now so that we can start. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's start.
I'm really glad to talk about my past, and this is one of my favorites, and that is my school. I really love, and I really love my school as well. It was situated at Shiragum district, which is the small district of Bangladesh, and it has a big it had a big field. We played a lot with my friends, and there are lots of there were lots of teachers who will who who teach us taught us several ways, but uh, uh, at present day, I really feel that it was really not enough, good enough to taught that such way. Whatever it is, I learned a lot of things, especially socialism. We were in a social network, and we were lived in a um, crowd area, and that's called industrial area. We have our looms in our home, so we are used to talk about many types of people such as farmers or laborers and so on. And though we live in a village, but I think it was not a village at all. It will be I will call it maybe
Thank you, Rishma. Your time is over. So let's move on to the question and answer session as well. So what do you think? What are the differences between the present day teacher and the past teachers?
uh, in my life, I got a chance to uh, taught some small kids. So from my experience, I want to share with you one thing that at present day, the teachers are more effective, more digital. So they provide a lot of visualizations in front of students, but in the past, there were a lot of teachers who didn't know how to operate computer as well.
Okay, so as you were talking about computers, do you think teachers can be replaced by computers in future?
Yes, because our world will day by day will move digitalized, and in present day we already knows about that. So all the teachers have to educated with computers, educated with digital things, and there will be no option to avoid this activity.
Okay, do you think uh, the younger generation is addicted to internet-based social sites?
Yes, definitely. I have a kid, so she's also addicted to internet because uh, uh, exceptional case such as the coronavirus pandemic, there are lots of hindrance to go outside. So we have no any options about without internet. So it was a cause, but within recent days we are almost free, or we are almost out of danger. So we should try to avoid this. But kids are really very addicted to internet. Yeah, they are always try to watch movies or try to watch cartoons and TV via network, internet. No, not only the cable lines in our own country, but also they fully depends on internet.
Thank you, Rishma, for your participation in this mock test. It was a good one. So you were natural, you were fluent. Yes, there are some grammatical mistakes. Just for example, so that you can understand, you have something like, we are used to talk about something, so you were not accurate in that sense. And something like, we have no any option, so something like that. So these are the sentences which are not grammatically correct, or even these sentences do not make accurate meaning. That's why you need to consider these facts, that sometimes you make mistakes, but otherwise you can implement different vocabulary as well in your speech, even, or while you were answering, your vocabulary was vibrant enough, in my opinion, and you were fluent enough. Your fluency, there should be no question. Regarding a decent amount of fluency, you have a decent, not that much, but a decent amount of fluency. Considering all of these factors, I would say, even you keep this performance consistent, if you can keep this performance consistent, and even if you can reduce the amount of mistakes you make, maybe because of nervousness, you'll get a 6.5. But you have all the options to upgrade yourself and get a 7 if you can.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. In the last session, I attended the class and I got 6. I think in 2 or 3 days, I made a great changes to me, and that's why the result is 6.5. Thanks a lot, sir.
You're most welcome, and I wish the very best for you, Rishma.
Thank you so much, sir. Keep me in your prayers.
Okay, thank you. Irene, or Irene, I don't know how to pronounce. Are you there? I'm asking you to unmute. Yeah, you are unmuted. Can you hear me, Irene?
Okay, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All
Yes,
right.
sir. You can hear.
All right.
Yes, I.
Okay. What can I call you? You're Irene, right?
Yes. My name is Tasfia Tahsin Irin. You can address me as Irin.
Okay. So let's start. So how do you feel when other people are not patient enough?
I feel. Sorry, sir. I cannot hear your question.
How do you feel when other people are not patient enough with you?
I'm a friendly person, and whenever other person not patient enough, I feel very boring and uncomfortable. So I always try to maintain good behaviors with others.
Okay. How do you spend time with your family?
I'm a student and I am myself very busy with different kinds of work activity. But whenever I get free time, I try to spend with my family with different kinds of work.
Okay, so do you have many friends?
Yes, as I previously mentioned, I'm a friendly person and I have a lot of friends. I like to spend with them.
All right, so do you read books, storybooks, or novels at your home?
Whenever I get enough free time, I try to read different kinds of storybooks. I think it's a great source of earning knowledge.
All right. So now we'll be making these sessions shorter as this is a mock test, and we'll be moving towards the cue card. All right.
Okay.
Just a moment so that I can give you your topic, which will be a very interesting one. So just a moment. I hope you can see your cue card now. Can you see the topic?
Yes, sir.
All right, take 1 minute for getting prepared for the 2 minutes uninterrupted speech. And again, those of you who are interested for the mock test, just raise your hand and you'll be called very soon. All right, Irene, you should start.
As a human being, every time we want to spend with our free time with our friends or others, but sometimes we feel bored when we get start with others in any crowd place or others. But here I have decided to talk about none other experience than when I was stuck at traffic jam. And this was an accurate date, accurate time slipped my mind, but anyway, I guess it was roughly a couple of the year ago when I stuck in a traffic jam, and this time was really very uncomfortable for me. And at this time I were with a lot of people, but it was it occurred when I was a student of 11th standard, and I live in Kotonishar town. And though firstly I didn't feel bored because I by a car and a lot of my bosom friends were with me. So firstly, I made different kinds of fun. With when firstly we do that, we might after 2 hours it lasts more than 2 hours. At the time, I feel bored, and there were a lot of people. I also find them they stuck in this jam, and at that time my father peeped out from the
All right, Irene.
car, and he
Uh,
also found
I guess
some of
there is some problem with your internet as well. So I cannot hear you properly.
But waiting a lot, still
Irene,
very bored, and it was a
there is some problem with your internet as well, so we cannot hear you properly. So I have heard some parts of your speech, but not the full because of your internet connection. Can you hear me now? Irene, can you hear me now?
yes, sir.
Okay, it's very problematic at your end. So I guess I'm not going to advance with the part 3 because of the internet connection you have, but I'm giving you uh, some time, or yeah, it's like as it's bad, we should not move on to the part 3 as well. So the next participant is Rakibul. Are you there? Rakibul? Rakibu, can you hear me? Okay, I guess Rakibu cannot hear me. Edin, are you back? I cannot hear you now.
Hello, sir.
Your internet problem is persisting. So
Yes,
sorry, so that
sir.
yeah, your internet problem is persisting. So I'm sorry
Yes, sir,
that
I am back.
you're back.
Hello?
Yeah, I
Yes,
can hear
I
you now,
am.
but your internet is very problematic. That's why it's very tough to continue the conversation. So can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir, I can hear.
Okay, so let's move on to the part 3 then. All right.
Yes, sir, I hear.
Okay. So what kind of jobs are boring?
Okay, sir. Sorry, sir. What kind of?
What kind of jobs are boring?
There are different kinds of jobs, has different kinds of sectors, but I think teaching related profession job is really very boring, and because of there have a lot of students, and and teachers need to teach them accurately. Sometimes it might be pieces boring for them.
Okay. Can technology make life more interesting?
Yes, obviously. In the fast-moving modern age, most of the people are uses this technology, and science given us different wonderful wonders. And every time, after waking up early in the morning, then till night, one person use this technology. Without using manipulating this technology, one person cannot survive on Earth in this day.
Okay. So what can people do to stop feeling bored?
One individual can do different kinds of things. They can read newspaper, or sometimes can involve themselves with different kinds of co-curricular activities, or some of them can enjoy video games on computer, and so on.
All right. Thank you, Edin, for your participation. So one thing I would like to mention that you are fluent enough, but even for example, your answers to the part 3 questions were very short. So I would expect that in the real exam, you will make lengthier or more explaining, more descriptive answers to the part 3, which is very important. All right. And uh, when you were talking about the part 2 topic, your internet got stuck, so I missed most of the parts of your speech. Okay, so maybe you have some grammatical errors, of course, you have. So maybe if you try or if you practice enough, you can get a better band score than my anticipation. My anticipation is a 6. It's a 6 for you. So, but you have to practice a lot to improve yourself. Thank you, Edin.
Okay, sir. Welcome.
All right. So right now we had another participant called Rakibul. Okay. Rakibul, are you there? Your mic is not connected. You say that you are the next. You texted. So, Rakibul, can you say something? You are already unmuted.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Maybe you were having
I had
problems with
some
the internet,
problems,
right?
sir. I had some problems. Now I solved them.
Okay, so you will be the last one in this mock test. So you are the last participant. So let's start, Rakibul.
Okay, sir. I'm ready.
What colors do you like?
Actually, I like black because it's different from other. And from childhood, I like this color. From all color, I selected it. I don't know why, but I like this color very much.
Okay, so how often do you eat chocolate?
Sir, in childhood, I ate a lot of chocolate, but now I don't like chocolate because it's not healthy food, and uh, it's I think it's then uh, it makes some trouble. It makes some trouble for teeth and also health. That's why I don't like it. Now I don't eat.
Okay, so what was your favorite flavor?
Orange is my
Oh,
favorite flavor uh,
all right.
because I like this fruit, and that's why it's my favorite flavor.
Okay, so what do you do in your spare time?
Uh, Sorry, sir, I can't hear you.
What do you do in your spare time?
Actually, I in my spare time I spend this time with my family or friends, and I am comfortable with them. I
Mm-hmm.
enjoyed a lot with my family and friends. I always give my time, give my free time and spare time with them. And I have a cousin, and I always like to spend my time with her. So in my spare time, I enjoying this time with
So,
my
do
cousin.
you like outdoor activities?
Yes, sir. I like outdoor activities very much because in our time when we were we were fifth to 15 years, and then
Mm-hmm.
we played a lot of outside game, but there was no mobile phone in our hand. That's
Okay.
why we always connected with the outdoor
All
games,
right.
and I
Thank you,
like this.
Rakibul. So now we will move on to the next part of our mock test, which is the cue card. I'm giving you a very interesting topic. So, I hope you'll able to see the topic in front of your screen now. Can you see the topic? Is it visible? The
Yes,
cue
now
card.
it's visible, sir.
Okay, just 1 minute for your preparation. Then we will be moving on to your 2 minutes uninterrupted speech. After that, after your exam, we will be ending the session of the mock tests. So, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
If you're ready, you can start now.
Well, I have a lot of memorable day, but a picnic is most enjoyable for me, and I like it. Want I it was a memorable day for me. It was when I finishing my SSC exam. Then I went a park. It's called Modutila Park. It's located in Mymensingh, Sherpur. It's very beautiful park, and I went there with my friends. We went there by we went there journey by bus. Then we took rickshaw, and at last when we reached there, it was very beautiful place, and it's kind of a lot of hills in this park, a lot of hills, and uh, we it was so high. The hills are so high, and we climbed the hills. It was very interesting, and we
I cannot hear you, Rakibul. Your mic is disconnected. You got disconnected. So yeah, I can hear you now.
there are some problem in our weather here because it's rainy day. Our
Yeah,
weather is
yeah,
very
I can understand.
so
So you can
my internet
continue.
is starting again and again.
You can continue.
Then when we went there, some our some relatives received us and show us the beauty of this park, and my friends are all are enjoyed a lot. There was a place from where we can able to see the India. It's the last part of Bangladesh and the last part of India. Middle of this place, the park is located. So we can see the India's people who are working in the field, and it was so enjoying that we were see the Indian people,
Thank you,
and they.
Rakibul. Thank you. So, do you think that traveling makes people happy?
Yes, sir. I think traveling makes people happy because I like traveling, and I see a lot of people like traveling. It's so interesting thing for us, and I can say a lot of people like traveling very much, and traveling makes us happy.
Okay. So, do you think people should be trained before they become parents?
Uh, Yes, sir. I think people change when they become parents because they some responsibility add for some responsibility add with some other responsibility add with his responsibility, and he always have to take care of his children, and it's very important for people who having a children, and say always people always like to have a children, and it's everyone's wish to get a children. I think the children become the children change a lot of his parents.
Okay. Do you think it's bad to talk on the phone in public places?
Yes, sir. I think it's best because it's not easier to talk properly, and some bad noises it makes us annoying in conversation, and it's not good for other people who is around us, and we can't talk properly, and other from other side who is hearing he can hear properly, so it's not good, I think.
Thank you, Rakibul, for your participation. So, you were fluent enough, but uh, your major problem is your answers are not concise enough and not very much connected, or are not very much cohesive with the questions. So you need to work on this. uh, you need to know how to answer uh, correct in a connected way with the questions. So you need to work a lot on this, and you have some problems in your grammars. Just a little example, like you have said, I have a lot of a memorable day. So you should say, I have a lot of memorable days. These kind of small mistakes that makes your grammatical structure or grammatical ability gloomy in front of the examiner. So you need to work on these little things. I know that you know the grammars by yourself, the grammatical rules. But yeah, so try to answer your questions accordingly. Your answers, your sentences should be cohesive and should be connected to the question, and work on your grammatical skills as well. So, but as I'm hopeful with you, I'm hopeful that you will be doing better, and you have all the potentials. I'm giving you a 6 for now, and I hope you can do. You can work on yourself and you can do better in the real exam hall. Thank you, Rakibul.
Thank you, sir, for your feedback.
And
I will work on it.
Thank you,
I'll
Rakibul.
definitely work on it, sir.
Thank you, and I thank everyone who are watching me on YouTube, and those of you who are connected with me in the Zoom as well, and those of you who participate in this mock test. So I am Muhammad Ishan Arefin Sir signing out, and I wish you guys all the very best regarding your IELTS exam and in your life. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Assalamu alaikum.